Do you remember that viral video? Hide your kids, hide your wives. I used to cover that. What's up, I'm Lights, and this is Setlist Insider. Okay, this is exciting. The first set list on record. Sorry, there's no songs in the set list. This would have been for an event in Toronto called Wakestock, which was a crazy day because a bunch of people got electrocuted that day. It was a wakeboarding version of like Warped Tour, and it's a bunch of wakeboarding competitions and then a bunch of music. There was then a storm that rolled in. It was like up and down on whether or not we'd be playing it. A bunch of people were holding the merch tent poles, and it was in a puddle of water, and then it got hit with lightning, and like 12 people got electrocuted. I don't think, no one died, but it was like pretty rough. Okay, February 17, 2009, Grog Shop, Cleveland Heights, first full filled out information set list. That was actually the night I met Josh Dunn, and we became homies after that, and that was before 21 Pilots popped off. This is cool to look back on these set lists. White, this is the first song on my set list. Why did I open with that? I wanted That Way Backstreet Boys cover, love that I did that. I think I ended my set with Drive and then came out and did an In the Air Tonight Phil Collins cover as an encore probably. I did love Phil Collins. He was a huge inspiration to me. I covered him a lot, specifically that song. In 2010, I met Phil Collins and I had all this stuff planned to say. And I approached him and just cried. I just bawled, and he's just like, okay, and took a photo. I have a photo of me crying and meeting Phil Collins. And now I have this total understanding of like the feeling of like being overwhelmed, the intimacy of the music, and I feel like I knew him so well through it, and he didn't know me at all. Now it happens to me when fans come up to me in meet and greets sometimes, and I completely understand. Every time someone's like, I don't know what's happening to me, I just go, don't worry, I did it to Phil Collins, we're good. My most played song, Siberia. It is part of my current set. I was able to change it a little bit to fit the sort of soundscapes of the new album, give it a little bit of a dark wave. We've added intros, we've changed outros. That's a very flexible song, and everybody sings along with it, so. What else? What else we got for one and dones here? So that one was a fun play on my song Savage, where we just started calling it Bad Bitch. I never knew you could be so bad, bitch. I think there's only like maybe one of my songs I've never played, and I believe it's Frame and Focus. I don't think I've ever played that song. Somebody brought that up to me the other day, like, have you ever played that? And I was like, I don't even remember it. This is the first tour kickoff. Hell at the Masquerade in Atlanta. This is when I had to speckle in a lot of covers because I didn't have a ton of material. But I put out another song called My Boots, which was a love song to the winter, but a lot of people thought it was a lesbian anthem. I love it. It could be. Romance was a song I wrote when I was 18. It's probably one of the oldest songs of mine that exists. I actually wrote it with a girlfriend years ago, and we were drinking vodka up in my room like a bunch of teenagers and just pouring our hearts out. I used to be so emo when I wrote this song that I actually had the title as Ro-Mace, because I was like, romance is like mace, it makes you cry. Changed the title from that though, because I think I could do better than that. Lights Acoustic came out, so it was the first time I had acoustified an album. That was when I first did the Rancid cover, and actually in my apartment at the time I had a pet tarantula. I had a pet tarantula for 18 years. They live way longer than you think. He's currently in my freezer. He died 2 years ago. I would always be putting crickets into his terrarium, so there's always cricket noises. So all through that EP is cricket noises in the background, specifically in Fall Back Down, you can hear the crickets in the background. It's actually quite a nice ambience, but it was really annoying. It's in every track. Just became part of like the ecosystem of like my recordings at that time. These are my covers that I've played live. The most covered song that I've ever played is Heart of Glass by Blondie, and we did do that for a number of tours. Wait, this is so funny. There's the Antoine Dodson cover. Do you remember that viral video? Hide your kids, hide your wives.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
And then it was turned into a song. This is me sending out the message collectively. I used to cover that acoustically. It really went off. It's very much of the time. Okay. A recent set list, we start adding medleys because therein lies the only solution in starting to jam in more material. It's actually a great place to be in for putting a set list together because I have so much to choose from, and I wanted this set for the A6 era to reflect the feeling of A6, which is nostalgia, that has emo moments, but has the energy of like dark wave and new wave and strobe. And putting together this set has been really fun because I can just pick songs from each album that seem to suit. Because there's a sense of nostalgia in A6, I wanted to bring back a lot of the material from the first album that really inspired A6. Damage came out last summer, which is the first single off A6, and that's the first song I've ever owned my masters to. I am really proud of it. I not only own the masters, but I produced it all myself. It's only myself and my drummer and guitar player, who I've been friends with since high school, that play on it. I think it's my best work yet, so. That's all for now, and if you want to check out these stats for yourself, head over to setlist.fm.